Hey, I'm Latha Christie here. Today I would like to take you on an inspiring journey through the universe. Do you know how huge our universe is? This is going to be a huge eye-opener.
Are you curious about the world around you? Do you wonder what else is out there beyond our world? Dr. Latha Christie, a scientist and an author, will take you on a journey through the universe. Join her in exploring the universe through her web series, The Grand Cosmic Story. Stay tuned to find out what today's episode is all about.
This is a precious earth. You, your family, and your friends live here. Everything that you have ever known is located right here on this planet somewhere. All your beautiful, funny, and the silliest of experiences have taken place on this blue globe. On this planet, everything is extraordinary. Have you ever felt that you're just a face in the crowd? Let me tell you about the extraordinary nature of your life. As an Earthling, it's easy to believe that you're standing still. But you are not. You are on the move all the time. You are on a great journey along with your home planet, hurling through space. The Earth is moving around our sun in a circular orbit at a speed of nearly 67,000 miles per hour, taking about 365 days for one orbit. This speed seems hilarious, but it is true. The Earth travels about 1.6 million miles a day, carrying you and me, giving us both day and night. The Earth also spins on its axis once every 24 hours, just as the top spins around its spindle. Isn't that amazing? It's all super cool, but we never feel the Earth spin. Why? It's because you and everything else, including Earth's oceans and buildings, are spinning along with the Earth at the same constant speed. Imagine flying in a jet plane at about 500 miles per hour. When the flight attendant comes and pours coffee into your cup, the coffee does not fly back. This is because the coffee, the cup, and you are all moving at the same rate as the plane. Now you can almost convince yourself you're not moving at all and can begin to sleep. But what if your plane has faced a turbulence and is speeding up and slowing down? Imagine now if the flight attendant comes and pours the coffee into your cup, what would happen? It would be spilling and everything would become a complete mess. In the same way, the Earth is moving at a fixed rate, carrying you as a passenger right along with it. That's why you don't feel the Earth spin. If the Earth spin suddenly increases or decreases, you would definitely feel it. Wherever you are on this planet, you're moving around in a grand circle under the stars every day of your life. Now think about your life. Is it ordinary? No, it's a miracle. Do not downgrade it. Your life is a boarding pass. Psalmist rightly says, teach us to number our days. Learn to enjoy every present moment and live every day as though it is the last day of your life. Our planet looks huge for us. To move from India to America, you need almost a day. But our Earth is very small when compared to the scale of the universe. Let's now start zooming out to know more about our cosmic neighbors. This is our moon. It's our next door neighbor. The moon is prominent in our night sky and it is close to us. But actually, the moon is around 239,000 miles away from the Earth. Neil Armstrong and Edwin Buzz Aldrin were the first to cover this distance. The moon appears close. This distance is huge. If you assume that you are able to drive a car in space to travel to the moon, you will need around 160 days at a speed of 62 miles per hour. Once you reach the moon, if you want to tell a hello to your friend on the Earth, your message might take 2.5 seconds to reach the Earth. Now what about the Sun? The distance between the Earth and the Sun is around 93 million, and that is equal to one astronomical unit. We need around 8 minutes to cover this distance if we travel at the speed of light, which is around 186,000 miles per second. The planet close to the Sun is the smallest planet, Mercury. Next comes Venus, the morning star, the third brightest object in our sky. Next is our neighbor, the red planet Mars, to which we have sent around 40 missions in search of the possibility of life on it. But Mars appears to be sterile. Mars is 142 million miles or 1.5 astronomical unit away from the Sun. After Mars, we can see a belt filled with asteroids, many of which have hit us in the past. Beyond that, we have around 4 massive giant planets that are mostly made of gas. They are Jupiter, the fastest spinning planet, and Saturn, the planet with large majestic rings, Uranus that rotates backward like Venus, and Neptune, the coldest planet. Neptune is around 30 astronomical units from the Sun. This means that Neptune is 30 times farther away from us than the Sun. Way past Neptune's orbit lies a region of chilly space called the Kuiper Belt, which holds Pluto, which was earlier thought by astronomers as a planet, till they found that this region is full of icy rocks, even more prominent than Pluto, none of which can be termed as a planet. Even beyond the fringes of the Kuiper Belt and in the interstellar space, we can find the spherical Oort cloud, the place of comets, extending a tremendous distance with its outer bound of around 200,000 astronomical units. The first man-made object to move away from this outer bound into the interstellar space is the Voyager 1. It's currently located at 155 astronomical units from the Earth, traveling at 38,000 miles per hour, and it may take around 30,000 years to move out of our solar system. At some point on its long voyage, way beyond Neptune, Voyager 1 turned its camera around and took this photograph, the spectacular photograph ever taken in the history of the world. Looking at this tiny pale blue dot, Carl Sagan famously said, "Look at the dot.
That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives."
Now, when we enter into the interplanetary space, astronomical unit does not make any sense, and we need to switch now to light year. The distance light travels in 1 year, which is around 6 trillion miles. The closest star to us other than our Sun is the Proxima Centauri, which is 4.24 light years away from us. Let us zoom out even further. Now we can see the entire Milky Way Galaxy. This Milky Way Galaxy is a spiral one, inside which our Sun and all the planets are located. From its one end, if you want to travel to the other end, you need to travel for 100,000 years at the speed of light. This galaxy houses over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets. But we are not able to see the full might of our galaxy with all the stars at night. This is because we are not able to see all the stars, but only 99% of the stars, which are limited to this tiny range right here. Even this massive, huge galaxy is tiny as compared to the rest of what is out there. When we zoom out even further, we arrive at the local group of galaxies, which is a collection of 54 different galaxies that are about 10 million light years across. This includes our Milky Way Galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, and many other galaxies. If we zoom out even further, we can see the Virgo supercluster of galaxies, of which the local group is just a tiny segment. This consists of at least 100 other groups of galaxies like our local group, measuring a mind-numbing 110 million light years from one end to the other end. Even the massive Virgo supercluster is nothing but a tiny lobe of the great Laniakea supercluster. Laniakea is a Hawaiian word meaning immeasurable heaven. Astronomers now say that this Laniakea supercluster of galaxies may even be part of a still larger structure that is still not fully defined, as we live in something called the cosmic web, that has some areas densely packed with galaxies separated by giant empty spaces. This is the observable universe, holding around 2 trillion galaxies and its radius is estimated to be an unfathomable 46.5 billion light years. I believe what lies in the world that cannot be observed could be even more massive, of which our known universe is just a tiny slice. The distance from the Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire width is 93 billion light years across. What's perhaps even more interesting is what actually lies beyond the observable universe. The rest of the universe outside of the observable universe is very vast than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there because the light from these incredibly distant places has not had enough time in the history of the universe to reach us. Their light perhaps will never reach us at all because some parts of the universe are expanding away from us faster than the speed of light. The very image of it seems like a cool science fiction movie. In this observable universe, there are more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The Milky Way Galaxy itself consists of billions of stars, and if you start to count the stars, one per second, it will take 2,500 years to just count the stars in this part of Milky Way Galaxy. Our heart beats fast. It makes us to look at things around us with awe and curiosity. The Bible says, by the word of the Lord were the heavens made, the starry host by the breath of his mouth. Just the realization of the fact that we are a speck in the universe is overwhelming. But understanding that the creator of the universe loves a speck like us is exciting. The prophet Isaiah says, "To whom will you compare me? Who is my equal? Lift your eyes to heaven. Who has created all these? One by one he calls them by name. Because of his mighty power, not one of them is missing." Though we are tiny, we are significant, wonderfully and beautifully created in the very image of God.
My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body.
Let us realize today that we are worshipping a superpower that has created this huge universe with such beauty and wisdom.